Multivers, Story of a Conqueror. Chapter 21. Big surprise. Wow! Angela's exclamation resonated through the early morning air, filling their small world with a burst of energy. It's unbelievable that a human can create their own world, Jill remarked, her astonishment clear on her face. Yes, it's impossible for any ordinary human. But remember, Alex isn't just a normal human, he hails from another world, Alice explained as she and the others marveled at the breathtaking scenery around them. Alice is right. I am distinct from other humans because I come from another world and traversed the void between dimensions. That's how I acquired these powers, Alex clarified, embracing Jill from behind and wrapping his arms gently around her waist. Whether it's the ability to summon loyal companions or the power to craft this world, these abilities are a result of my journey. And there are even more powers waiting to be unlocked as I grow stronger. So, brace yourselves. I have more surprises in store for you in the future, Alex added, playfully kissing Jill's cheek. I know, but still, I can't help being amazed by all the abilities you possess, Jill admitted, leaning into Alex's embrace. Just as Jill and Alex were savoring the moment, Angela's voice rang out, "Brother." The group turned to see Angela riding a proper female lion, while the other lions formed a protective circle around them, serving as her personal bodyguards. "Look, brother, I'm riding a lion," Angela beamed, waving her hand at them with pure delight. "And here we are." Alice and the others were taken aback, witnessing Angela riding a lion with the other packed lions forming a protective barrier. Seeing the amused expressions on Alice, Jill, and Terry's faces, Alex couldn't help but burst into hearty laughter. "Ha ha ha. Don't be surprised. All living creatures in this world are bound by a contract and will not harm any of you. Instead, they will be quite friendly, just as you can see with Angela," Alex explained to the girls, shedding light on the covenant between the world and its inhabitants. He went on to share his newfound understanding of the familiar contract, further enhancing the marvel of his abilities. Through this contract, Alex could not only communicate and form strong bonds with his contracted familiars but also gain access to their unique abilities. Furthermore, he possessed the extraordinary power to transform himself to resemble any of his familiars, akin to the animagus in the magical world of Harry Potter. However, unlike wizards limited to a specific animal form, Alex's range of transformations was extensive, restricted only by his familiar contracts. He could morph into any living creature with whom he had a familiar contract, even including magical beings. Moreover, the distinctive facet of his power allowed Alex to borrow the strength and abilities of his familiars, stacking them to augment his own capabilities. The ceiling of this stacking was determined by his physical capacity, turning him into a formidable force with limitless potential. As Alex expounded on these incredible abilities, the excitement and awe in the group's eyes grew, their eagerness to witness more of Alex's world intensifying. With each passing moment, they realized they were part of something extraordinary, eager to embark on a journey alongside the exceptional human who had become a master of his own realm. Spending a delightful morning within a small world, everyone went about their tasks. Alice and Jill patrolled the town, ensuring its safety. Terry accompanied Angela for her education, a decision reached by all. Even though Angela had reservations initially, Alex managed to convince her by promising to marry her in the future, but only if she completed her education up to the university level. Now, it was time for Alex to unwind and bask in the sun. Lying on a beach chair, he received a notification from the system, informing him that the personal module and the item module had refreshed and were ready for use. Alex eagerly activated the modules, anticipating what treasures they held this time. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1,000 elite soldiers, 200 elite Air Force pilots, 20 horticulture experts, 20 agriculture experts, and the character Rebecca Chambers from the Resident Evil game series. Overjoyed by the haul, Alex couldn't contain his excitement. This refresh was the most rewarding yet. He now possessed not only a formidable army and air force but also experts critical for the town's development in horticulture and agriculture. Additionally, he was thrilled to have Rebecca Chambers from the Resident Evil series as a valuable asset. With the personal module completed, Alex turned his attention to the weapon equipment module, hoping to acquire some fighter jets. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the weapons and equipment of a U.S. Mountain Division, 50 F-22 fighter jets equipped with weapons and ammunition, a warehouse stocked with horticulture and agriculture items each, the arc reactor and space element isotope blueprint from Marvel, and 1 year's worth of fuel. Alex could hardly believe his fortune. The system had truly outdone itself this time. With the addition of fighter jets, a Mountain Division's arsenal, and technology inspired by Marvel, the town's defenses and capabilities had soared. Now that we have fighter jets and pilots, in future battles, we'll have air support before the ground troops move in. Having horticulture and agriculture items means there won't be any food shortage, and with the arc reactor and space element isotope blueprint, we're close to solving the energy issue too. Thank you, system, you're the best thing that happened in my life before I met Alice and the others. Overflowing with joy, Alex expressed his gratitude to the system. But the system retorted, I don't need such excessively sweet praise, host. After enjoying the moment, Alex teleported to Alice's side and discussed preparations for the arrival of over 1,200 people and items. After 3 days of meticulous planning, Alex distributed the new resources in their designated locations. Delegating the follow-up tasks, Alex left the area to wander around with Angela and Rebecca, helping the latter become acquainted with the town and its research facilities. Chapter 22. Let's start counterattack against the Unbrella. In the heart of the Las Vegas desert, hidden beneath the surface, lies the secretive stronghold of the enigmatic Umbrella Company. Dr. Isaacs, a video conference awaits you. What's the issue? Questioned a figure that materialized within the virtual projection at the expansive conference table. Gentlemen, we are all well aware of the widespread consequences of the virus. While we expect a swift resolution, isolated pockets of resistance persist. This requires our unwavering attention, asserted Dr. Isaacs with authority. Such resistance won't last, it's just a matter of time. One of the executives dismissed. No, gentlemen. Our trials began with the breach of the Raccoon City hive, followed by the unexplained disappearance of the Red Queen just before the city's obliteration. We're dealing with a cunning and elusive adversary. The question remains, what is behind this chaos? And where are they now? Questioned Dr. Isaacs, fueled by the Raccoon City hive's invasion, the theft of the Red Queen, and even the demise of Major Kane, the head of the Raccoon City Umbrella. Dr. Isaacs sensed that the Umbrella Corporation was under a targeted assault, yet the source and motive remained elusive. In response, the Umbrella Corporation initiated a widespread virus dissemination, accelerating the world's descent into chaos. To protect our interests, we must act swiftly. Dr. Isaacs emphasized urgently. Are you suggesting another release of the virus? Should we deploy the virus in the resistant zones? If the virus is unleashed again, the population will inevitably turn into zombies within a month. Survivors would become rare. The executives debated. Indeed, gentlemen, our path to becoming the dominant force in this world requires an accelerated virus release, strategically destabilizing national militaries, declared Dr. Isaacs with unwavering conviction. Agreed. Concur. I am in agreement. The Umbrella executives reached a unanimous decision. Gentlemen, let's look forward to a promising future. Star Town. In the master bedroom, two figures lay sleeping on the expansive bed. On closer inspection, the slumbering forms revealed themselves as Alex and Rebecca, the newly appointed head of the research department, whose faculties had been revitalized by the personal module earlier this month. Much like all those rejuvenated by the personal module, Rebecca's loyalty was unwavering. This fact facilitated the execution of Alex's plans. Alex took only a week to bring Rebecca into his fold, a move tacitly accepted by the other women who were well aware of his nature. As the sun gently bathed their faces, the two awoke and started their day with a refreshing bath before gathering around the dining table for breakfast. After breakfast, everyone went about their respective activities. Alex, however, chose to recline lazily on the sofa, engrossed in a book. On the other hand, Jill took on the responsibility of teaching Angela for the day. Jill's former role in the security department had been assumed by Alice, with Clara overseeing the administration, given that several days had passed since the convoy of hundreds of refugees had been accepted. Now, with those reinvigorated by the personal modules fully integrated into their vibrant new lives, the town buzzed with activity. As the noon sun bathed the room, Alex lounged on the sofa, engrossed in his book. Suddenly, the Red Queen's projection materialized before him, bearing a message. Brother, I've intercepted a communication from the Umbrella Company, though it's confined to their internal network. The content remains encrypted. What intentions could Umbrella be harboring? Pondered Alex. Having just finished her teaching session with Angela, Jill entered the living room and said, most likely nothing beneficial. Well, aren't you busy with Angela's lessons? Alex asked playfully as he pulled Jill onto his lap. Ever since you administered the evolution serum, we've experienced enhancement in all aspects, particularly our cognitive faculties. This transformation is most pronounced in Angela. She's noticeably more advanced than her peers. Today alone, she grasped the curriculum up to junior high school level, Jill explained before wrapping her arms around Alex's neck and leaning against him. She inquired, when do we initiate our move against the Umbrella Company? Patience, my dear. There's something we need to secure before proceeding, Alex stated. And what might that be? Jill asked, curiosity piqued. The antidote for the T-virus, replied Alex. Why is this antidote pivotal? Jill sought clarification. It counteracts the zombie transformation. Airborne transmission ensures swift fatality upon exposure. We must obtain it. Alex's fingers lightly traced Jill's stomach as he spoke. The challenge lies in locating it. The Red Queen is on the hunt, Alex elaborated. Ah, I see. It makes sense. Jill's breath quickened under Alex's touch. Observing Jill's reaction, Alex drew closer, capturing her lips, and the two sank into the sofa. Meanwhile, the Red Queen watched momentarily before fading away, her intentions shrouded from prying eyes. Chapter 23, Attacking the Las Vegas Space. Another month has passed, during which time all countries in the world are finished, and there are not many people left in the world. A week ago, the Umbrella Corporation reappeared, and now they are arresting people everywhere. As long as there are living people, they will arrest them to prepare for the experiment. The special operations team led by Alice only saved a few people in the nearby cities. It took more than half a month to save 100 people, which shows that the number of people who survived was pitiful. Fortunately, unlike the movies, the Earth has not been desertified yet, where deserts are everywhere and there are no plants. Perhaps Alex's arrival caused the virus of the Umbrella Company to spread quickly, and the time was short. If the T-virus problem is solved as soon as possible, the Earth may be saved. At least, it will not be deserted. As for the remaining people, there may really be very few left. Big Brother, another plane is dispatched from the Umbrella base in Las Vegas. The Red Queen appeared before Alex, who was basking in the sun, and said, "Oh, have you found a survivor again, the Red Queen?" Alex said, taking off the sunglasses and putting them on his forehead. Pondering for a moment, Alex thought to himself, it has already been more than a week since the Umbrella resurfaced, and during this time, they have basically captured 98% of the surviving humans to be part of their experiments. Now, except for the Star Town, only a few scattered survivors may have survived. Looks like it's time for us to move and take over this world. Making a decision, Alex got off the reclining chair, and while walking into the villa, he asked the Red Queen, "Where is Alice now?" "Sister Alice is leading special operations forces with that Claire to search for survivors in Arvin City," the Red Queen replied after confirming. Alex nodded as a gesture that he understood before ordering the Red Queen, "Notify Alice to come back, saying that there is a task." "Okay, Big Brother." Red Queen accepted Alex's order and quickly started executing it. As the Red Queen was executing his orders, Alex was thinking about Alice. As the protagonist in this world, Alice leads their subordinates to rescue people daily. But it cannot be said that Alice saves people indiscriminately. Alice will not be soft on some thugs, and Alex is very content with this behavior of Alice. The thugs who died in Alice's hands this month are already 2 digits. While walking, Alex thought of another thing and asked the Red Queen, "Queen Red, hasn't anyone appeared in the Raccoon City Hive yet?" "Yes, Big Brother." Red Queen's projection, which has been following Alex, shook its head and replied, "However, I suspect that they may have already arrived there." The Umbrella has anti-satellite detection means. If it is a night operation and anti-satellite technology, I may not be able to find it. Red Queen said her assumption. "Well, it is possible," Alex said, fully aware of Umbrella's means as they also use the same techniques to hide from them. "Still can't get in the hive?" Alex asked, continuing the conversation. "I can't get in. It's an internet. I tried several times but couldn't get in. Unless someone brings my subroutine, I can crack it," Red Queen said, while her projection made a helpless expression. "Let's ignore the hive. Now you are closely monitoring the base in Las Vegas. Let's take it first." Alex thought and decided to focus on the thing at hand. After this, Alex met with Jill and started preparing for the attack on the Umbrella base. Alice returned in the evening and immediately asked Alex what he was doing. "Tomorrow, we'll attack the Las Vegas Umbrella base and take it down." Alex told Alice about his plan. "The base in Las Vegas, which Dr. Isaacs are you talking about?" Alice asked, remembering the details Alex had held beforehand. "Yes, it's the clone I told you about," Alex corrected Alice. "Okay, I'll take someone there tomorrow, and I've wanted to destroy Umbrella for a long time," Alice said as she finally fulfilled her long-wait wish. Seeing the excitement on Alice's face, Alex smiled and hugged Alice's waist, and said in her ear, "The goddess of war, we have to prepare well. If there is anything to prepare, we can just kill it directly," Alice said nonchalantly. Seeing Alice's confident attitude, Alex said with a serious face, "Alice, don't be careless. Their bases all have self-destruct devices." "Understood, I'm just talking." Alice looked at Alex. "How is the defense of the Las Vegas desert base, and how many people are there?" "I don't know. I'll go with you tomorrow." "There is a scientific research base and a small cloning factory. The defenses are tight. We need to be careful. There might be new types of zombies in there, researched by the clone." "You pick 2 elite squads to go with us," Alex said. That now Alice has a special operations force of 500 people. "Okay, I'm going to prepare now," Alice said, and after kissing Alex, she left to arrange her special operations team. The next day, Alex and the others boarded the Quinjet and set off. 2 Quinjet flew towards Las Vegas. The Quinjet was personally designed and created by Alex after he successfully recreated the isotropic element of the space gem and the arc reactor. Then using the arc reactor as the energy source, Alex designed and created the Quinjet that can easily reach the max speed of Mach 3. Along the way, there are dilapidated cities everywhere, cars are parked in a mess on the road, some are still smoking, zombies are densely packed everywhere, and everyone's scalp feels numb. 10 minutes later, according to the Red Queen's navigation, they were already suspended in the air near their destination. Looking out of the Quinjet carpet, one can see a small wooden house surrounded by highly erected barbed wire on all sides, protecting this ordinary small wooden house. Outside the barbed wire, there were black zombies, howling constantly around the wire. "Everyone get ready." Quinjet 2 clears up the enemies outside, and Quinjet 1 is ready to land, Alex ordered. Dash. At the same time, the siren sounded in the Las Vegas desert base. "What's the matter?" asked Dr. Isaacs. "Doctor, the intruder was found outside, and they have now exchanged fire with each other," said an Umbrella security guard. "Why did the enemy find out when they arrived at the base?" "What are you all doing?" Dr. Isaacs asked in anger. "Sorry, Doctor, we didn't find anomalies before. They may be hiding from satellite detection," the Umbrella security guard replied. "Hurry up and organize a counterattack, and ask for support from other branches," Isaacs hurriedly ordered. "Yes, Doctor," Sesirati replied and hurriedly left. Dr. Isaacs turned and walked to his laboratory. Chapter 24, Breaking into Las Vegas Space. After the Quinjet 1 cleared the security guards of the Umbrella Company hidden outside the wooden house, the Quinjet 2 descended, and the Special Operations Team immediately dropped and formed a defensive formation. After them, Alex and Alice descended. One team stays on defense. The other team follows me. Alex took the lead and walked towards the cabin while commanding the team. When he reached the cabin's door, Alex kicked open the house door, and the Special Forces rushed in first. Following the Special Operations Team, Alex and Alice also entered the cabin and saw the outdated furnishings in the room, just like an ordinary family. Recalling the location of the entrance to the underground base, Alex walked to the dining table in the center of the room, and the table automatically parted to the two sides, revealing a vast lifting platform. "Squad A will remain behind. Squad B will accompany us down," Alex ordered, and let the Squad B and Alice stand on the elevator platform. As Alex and the others walked onto the elevator platform started to descend slowly. 5 minutes later, looking at the height of the tunnel, Alex could only lament the Umbrella Company's generosity. Shaking his head, Alex focused on sensing his surroundings and on finding that the elevator platform was about to arrive at their destination. He said, "The elevator is almost at the end. Everyone be careful. Alice, pay attention to yourself." "I know you still care about yourself," Alice said, taking out her two pistols from the holsters on her thighs. These two pistols were the ones with the expended storage magazine that Alex gave her in Raccoon City. After escaping from the Raccoon City, Alice asked him to add something to these two pistols, and now these pistols have become Alice's signature weapons, and the only reason for it is because they were the first gift she received from Alex. Soon the elevator reached the underground laboratory, and just as the door opened, guns were fired from both sides at the same time. Even before the Umbrella security guards at the elevator door could react, they were shot dead by Alex and Alice. Next, the group walked out of the elevator. They saw a dozen or so Umbrella security guards running in their direction. A few moments later, these Umbrella security guards also meet their end at the hands of Alex and Alice. After cleaning up the miscellaneous fish, the team walked into the base. Alex and others don't have much response to killing the Umbrella guards. While living in this apocalyptic world, they have gotten used to killing people. The scene changes as the camera shifts to where Dr. Isaacs is in his lab. Ding ding ding. Dr. Isaacs' phone rang, and he picked it up without even looking at the caller's name. "Hey," Isaacs responded. "Dr. Isaacs, they have already rushed into the base, and our distress message cannot be sent out, and there is no support." A man's anxious voice came from the phone's speaker. "Poor man, they still don't know that now that the Red Queen has controlled the satellite, their connection was cut off long ago." "What? Can't the satellite signal go out?" Dr. Isaacs was first surprised, then shocked, angry, and finally afraid. "Yes, Dr. Isaacs, no signal can be sent out now, and our people can't stand it anymore," the man continued in an anxious voice. "Fake, how could this be?" Dr. Isaacs cursed hearing this. "Let our people try their best to block it, and I will think of a way," Dr. Isaacs said in a hurry and ended the call in a hurry. Dr. Isaacs quickly stopped what he was doing before and said, "White Queen, open all the rooms in the laboratory in area for me, and release all the zombies." "Doctor, I don't think it's a wise decision," White Queen said. "Open, this is an order," Dr. Isaacs said frantically when he heard the gunshots outside getting closer. "Yes, Dr. Isaacs." Seeing that the drive couldn't be persuaded, White Queen could only obey orders. The camera returned to the other side. Alex and the others kept pushing forward, and Alice even rushed forward, holding guns with both hands and firing continuously, even changing the type of bullets to be fired between simple ones, armor-piercing once, and the burst once, very quickly. Seeing this scene, Alex thought of those Valkyrie in the movie and decided on the theme for tonight's show. Just as Alex was looking forward to tonight's show, he suddenly heard screams coming from behind the security of the Umbrella. As he looked in that direction, he saw the start of commotion mixed with the shouts of male voices and female voices. Alex didn't know what happened, so he used his perception ability to check and was surprised. "Be careful, zombies are coming from the front," Alex quickly reminded everyone. The screams from inside kept coming. Alex and the others stopped moving forward and were all on guard. Touch bump. There were gunshots, shouts, and screams inside. Then suddenly, A large group of zombies rushed over. They were dressed in white and ran towards Alex and the others. Alex looked at them and knew that they were the experimental zombies of Umbrella Corporation. "Shoot," Alice said. After bumping, the zombies in front fell to the ground, but the zombies behind kept rushing. Alice kicked away the rushing zombies, put away the gun, pulled out the dogleg knife, and chopped off the zombies around her. Alice's flexible body kept shuttling among the zombies, and zombies kept falling to the ground wherever she passed while the special forces covered Alice with firepower. Alex was afraid that something would happen to Alice, so he drew his knife and ran to Alice to kill the zombies with her. Soon the zombies in front of them were all killed, and the team continued to move forward. Screen changed. Inside his laboratory, Dr. Isaacs saw through the monitor that even zombies could not stop the intruders. After hesitating for a moment, Dr. Isaacs slammed the table, stood up, walked into a low-temperature box, opened the box, took out an injection test tube, rolled it, rolled up your sleeves, and injected the serum in the test tube into your body. Isaacs cried out in pain after the injection. His body suddenly began to swell. His arms became thicker, and his head became more and more disgusting. Now Dr. Isaacs can no longer be considered a human being. On the other side, Alex and the others walked to the control center. There were no living people inside. The ground was full of the corpses of the zombies they killed and the researchers who had bitten the zombies. "Look carefully around and watch out for zombies," Alex said. "Yes, sir." Alex walked to a console. "Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." Suddenly a white light flashed across the room, and a petite and cute holographic projection girl appeared in front of Alex. Everyone was so scared that they pointed their guns at her. Chapter 25, Beating Monster Isaacs. Alex was startled by the sudden sound and immediately pointed the gun at the place where the sound came from. Turning around and seeing the virtual projection of the little girl, Alex breathed a sigh of relief. In the underground experiment base, the environment is gloomy, zombie roars are everywhere, and he didn't use his observation haki just now. So, it was customary for him to be startled as anyone in the same situation would be. But this teaches him a lesson to never let down your guard on the battlefield. Just imagine if it was an enemy with teleportation powers that had appeared instead of White Queen. Then Alex was dead today. Alex quickly reflected on this, used all his perception abilities to keep an eye on the surroundings, and promised never to let down his guard again. Just as Alex made this decision, the projection of the little girl in her teens is the same as the Red Queen spoke. "My name is White Queen, I am an artificial intelligence, and I am also the main computer of this space." But unlike the Red Queen, who is full of emotions after Alex upgrades her software, the White Queen doesn't have many feelings. She is similar to the Red Queen shown in the first Resident Evil movie Alex watched in his past life. Alex smiled as he looked at the projection of a little white lily before him and said, "I know you, and I also know your sister Red Queen. You are as beautiful as her." Alex was happy seeing White Queen and complimented her as she is one of his goals for which he came here personally. He still remembers when he got the Red Queen and cleared the achievement of collecting one of two unique existences of this world. If collecting Red Queen can clear an achievement, then gathering her as her sister White Queen should also unlock another achievement. This was Alex's thought when he thought about White Queen after deciding to attack this space. "Sister? She has disappeared," White Queen asked as she was confused. As far as she knows, her sister disappeared out of nowhere half an hour before the Raccoon City was bombed. "No, she hasn't disappeared. But I took her with me. Now she is acting as the head maid of my family back at home," Alex said, then pointing at the White Queen. He continued, "Now that I have also met you, from now on, you will join your sister, and you, together with her, will be the two head maids of the Star family." Sister Flowers. It will be a beautiful scene. Alex thought about that scene and smiled. "Do you have any opinions?" Alex asked the White Queen about her opinion with a smile. "Will you let me go if I say no?" White Queen asked after making some calculations. "No. Your opinion doesn't matter," Alex said with a cheeky smile. White Queen fell silent hearing this. "Okay, I will go with you, but on the condition that you help me kill Dr. Isaacs, who has turned into a monster." White Queen out forward her condition. "Well then, it's decided." Alex confirmed the deal. "So, lead the way," Alex said to the White Queen. "Just go straight in that direction and turn right on the third turn." While Alex and White Queen communicated, Alice was also not idle. She leads the Special Operation Forces to check the surrounding and finish any living zombies. As for White Queen, if it was her before meeting Alex, she would definitely have a severe opinion about her. But the current her doesn't have any earnest idea about her after being guided by Alex. As early as he gave the Red Queen the possession of the head maid of the Stars family, Alex also talked with Alice and others to dispel their worries about Red Queens doing bad things. But under Alex's teaching, weapons are just tools, and the real sinner uses them to do the sins. Alice and others were convinced by Alex with the statement, and now they have happily accepted the existence of the Red Queen as their family member, and adding one more White Queen is not such a big problem. Following the directions given by the White Queen, Alex and others arrived in front of a thick metal door. Standing in front of the iron door, Alex had already perceived the situation inside. and a smile appeared on his face. The black light virus in Alex's body just reacted to the mutated T-virus genome inside Dr. Isaac's body. Looks like another loot has been added to the total harvest. Alex thought that discovering a new T-virus genome equals increasing his strength. At the same time, Alex also estimated the strength of Dr. Isaacs after being converted into a mutant zombie. Making the decision, Alex ordered, "Alice, you lead the team to check and control the clone cultivation lab, which is the room from here. You go first, and I will join you after taking care of the things inside." While giving this order, Alex wasn't afraid that Alice would see something unbearable like the Alice clones in the movie. He has just scanned the entire base with his perception and found no clone of Alice. Adding to the absence of dead Alice clones on the surface, it can be concluded that, unlike the movie, in this world, Dr. Isaacs never got a chance to collect Alice's DNA, which led to the absence of Alice's clone in this parallel universe. On the other hand, as Alice heard Alex's order, she asked him, "So, is it really that weak?" Before coming here, Alex said to let her fight if there were any more vigorous opponents of her level, otherwise, Alex would take the job to clean them up. Because of this, when Alice heard Alex's order, she understood that the mutated Dr. Isaacs was just another ant compared to their group. Alex just nodded in reply, and after Alice took the team away, he looked towards the camera above the iron door and said, "Okay, White Queen, opened the door for me." "Are you sure you can handle that monster by yourself?" White Queen asked after a moment of silence instead of opening the door. "You girl." Alex looked at the camera with a tired look but didn't say any more and only sighed as he also understood White Queen's doubts as she doesn't know him well. "Just forget. I will take care of it by myself," Alex said with a nonchalant expression on his face. Using his teleportation, Alex appeared on the other side of the iron door in the next second, and the familiar dark saber appeared in his right hand as his left hand was in his pants pocket as he stood in the middle of the lab like he was standing in a park. A second after Alex appeared inside the lab, Dr. Isaacs, hiding in the dark, sensed the danger emanating from him. Under the effects of his survival instincts, Dr. Isaacs launched a full-power sonic blast in his direction. Boom, bam, touch, crack. Seeing the sonic blast approaching him, Alex raised his eyebrow as the blast was more potent than the one Dr. Isaacs was able to release in the third movie. The sonic blast was like a bulldozer running at full speed, destroying everything in its way. But for Alex, it was just a tiny trick. In front of his sonic blast from Dr. Isaacs, Alex just held the dark saber above his head with one hand with a simple action of an overhead chop. Seeing the action looks very simple, but the result is unimaginable. With Alex waving the dark saber, it released an energy slash that moved at the speed of light and collided head-on with Dr. Isaacs' sonic blast. There was not even a stalemate for ever a millisecond as the energy slash released by Alex using the dark saber shattered the sonic blast the moment they met and continued moving forward with its speed and power. In the blink of an eye, the energy slash appeared before Dr. Isaacs' eyes and then cut him into two parts from the middle. Like this, another villain died the dog's death before Alex. Putting the dark saber back in the system storage, Alex clapped his hands, dusting off the non-existing dust. Well, that's taken care of. Another thing. Alex first collected Dr. Isaacs' core, left the place, and went to find Alice and the group. If you like this audiobook, subscribe the channel for more videos like this. Please like, share, and leave a comment on the video.